Breathe. Let the sound around you fade into stillness. The hum of your thoughts begins to slow, like ripples settling across a dark pond. Now lift your mind's eye beyond this room, above the clouds, past the thin blue edge of Earth's atmosphere, and out into the silence between the stars. You are gliding through the Milky Way, a river of light and dust so vast that even imagination struggles to hold it. Everything you have ever known, your family, your memories, the pulse of human civilization drifts together through this enormous ocean of space. Our world, this tiny planet of seas and cities, moves in an endless arc around the heart of our galaxy. The numbers describing this motion are staggering, almost meaningless. The Earth circles the Sun at about 67,000 miles each hour, and the Sun itself travels around the Milky Way's center at roughly 500,000 miles an hour. Even at that breathtaking speed, a single orbit takes about 250 million years longer than the age of the dinosaurs. And yet, as you sit perfectly still, you feel nothing. There is no rush of wind, no tug of acceleration. The air does not tremble, the oceans do not rise and fall with the galaxy's turn. This motion is too vast, too smooth, too constant to sense. Like a leaf floating down a gentle stream, we are carried effortlessly by the invisible current of our galaxy's gravity. Imagine the Sun's path traced through space, not a flat circle, but a spiraling ribbon twisting and drifting above and below the galactic plane as it moves. Each planet follows, held in a delicate gravitational dance. If we could see the trail of this motion, it would form a glowing helix, a luminous spiral, winding endlessly forward. This is not an orbit like the Moon around Earth. It is a voyage through a cosmic sea, a slow migration through the arms of the Milky Way itself. The Milky Way, our home galaxy, spans about 100,000 light-years across. If you could travel at the speed of light, it would take 100,000 years just to cross from one edge to the other. Within its shimmering disk lie hundreds of billions of stars, each surrounded by worlds of their own. Gas clouds swirl between them, birthing new suns. Ancient remnants of dead stars drift in the quiet voids, white dwarfs, neutron stars, and the dark ghosts of black holes. We exist within this intricate structure like dust caught in a vast luminous whirlpool. The Milky Way is not static. It rotates, bends, and breathes like a living thing. The stars are not fixed lights, but travelers themselves, orbiting the galactic center under the pull of gravity. Every star you can see in the night sky, from the bright beacon of Sirius to the subtle shimmer of Vega, is part of this colossal motion. Each one spins in its own slow, graceful path, following the same invisible rhythm that carries our Sunday. Sometimes late at night, when the sky is clear and far from city lights, you can see the Milky Way stretch across the heavens. It appears as a pale, silvery band of light arcing from horizon to horizon. But what you are seeing is not a single object. It is the combined glow of billions of distant stars, their light softened by distance and filtered by dust. That gentle glow is our view from within the galaxy's disk, like standing inside a glowing mist and looking along its plane. You are not outside, observing it. You are inside it, looking through it, a part of it. Imagine standing on a quiet mountainside under that shimmering band. The air is cold, and the world below lies in shadow. Above you, the Milky Way flows like liquid silver, a silent river of light that has stretched across the sky for as long as eyes have looked upward. The light you see tonight began its journey thousands, even tens of thousands of years ago. Some of those stars may no longer exist. Their light, still crossing the void, carries their final whispers through the ages. In every direction, the galaxy extends, a vast architecture of creation and decay, of beginnings and endings woven into one continuous breath. Think of what it means to exist in this place, a small being made of stardust, sitting upon a world made from the same elements that once burned in ancient suns. Every atom in your body, from the iron in your blood to the calcium in your bones, was forged in a star that lived and died billions of years ago. The galaxy does not simply surround you, it made you. You are the Milky Way thinking about itself, made conscious for a brief moment in its long and patient life. Now imagine the view from far, far above. You are rising past the edge of the solar system, beyond the orbit of Pluto, past the frozen comets of the Oort cloud, and higher still until the Milky Way unfolds below you. You see it as a grand spiral, its arms curling like smoke, glowing faintly against the darkness. You can see the soft pink of nebulae, where new stars are born, and the golden heart of the galactic core, where the oldest stars cluster tightly together. Our sun lies far from that blazing center, in a quieter, darker region near the edge. A cosmic suburb in a city of light. The silence here is overwhelming. No air carries sound. The only motion is light itself, the constant, steady wave of photons streaming outward from every star, crossing the void to paint the night. Somewhere among them, the faint glow of Earth's reflection joins the endless tide, traveling outward across the galaxy, a whisper of blue among the gold. As the camera of your mind drifts farther away, the Milky Way begins to shrink into perspective. You see that even this majestic structure, home to hundreds of billions of suns, is just one among billions of other galaxies scattered through the universe. The thought might seem dizzying, but it carries a strange calmness too. The scale of everything does not diminish us. It connects us. We are made from the same matter, moved by the same gravity, illuminated by the same light. If you could somehow see the trail of our motion through time, it would be a shimmering thread winding endlessly through darkness. Every life, every breath, every heartbeat on Earth takes place along that path, a line of motion drawn by the galaxy's gravity. We are passengers aboard a small ship, sailing through a silent sea. The Milky Way is not a backdrop to our existence. It is the very medium through which we move. Pause. Now, and imagine this. While you listen, while you breathe, the sun is moving 500,000 miles each hour, pulling the Earth and all its life along its orbit. And that motion, though unseen, is the quiet foundation of everything we are. We are beings in motion, children of gravity and light, floating through an ocean of stars that has no shore. There is peace in this realization. The universe is not rushing anywhere. It turns with patience, with grace. The galaxy's slow rotation, measured in hundreds of millions of years, is a rhythm of serenity. And within that rhythm, we drift, each of us a spark of consciousness, carried gently by the current of time. The stars around us remain steady, but the truth is that everything is moving, flowing, breathing. Every orbit is a story, every star a word in the grand poem of the Milky Way. And though our part in that story is small, it is real. The light we make, the thoughts we share, the wonder we feel, they all belong to this same cosmic tide. And so, as the stars wheel silently above and the Milky Way arcs across the night, remember this simple truth: you are not standing still. You are gliding endlessly and effortlessly through the galaxy's dark and shining heart. The journey has already begun. And now, as the universe settles once more into quiet balance, may your thoughts drift gently among the stars. Light is the oldest traveler in existence, the first whisper of creation that has never stopped speaking. Everything you see, every color that touches your eyes, is light arriving from somewhere else. a story written long before you looked up. In the Milky Way, light is both messenger and memory. It threads through clouds of gas and dust, reflects off worlds and moons, and escapes the furnaces of stars to cross the great, dark spaces between them. When we gaze into the night sky, we are not seeing the present at all, but countless fragments of the past, stitched together by the speed of light. The stars we admire are not burning now as we see them. Their light may have begun its journey when humans were still painting on cave walls, or when no human eyes existed at all. The nearest star to the Sun, Proxima Centauri, lies more than 24 trillion miles away, and the light that reaches us from it began traveling over 4 years ago. Every glow in the Milky Way carries this delay, a kind of gentle time travel that makes every glance toward the heavens a look into what once was. A light year is the distance that light can travel in one Earth year, nearly 6 trillion miles, an almost unimaginable span. At that pace, a beam of light from the Sun takes a little more than 8 minutes to reach Earth. From Jupiter, sunlight arrives nearly 43 minutes later, and yet across the Milky Way, these distances become so immense that numbers dissolve into abstraction. When we say the galaxy is 100,000 light-years across, we are describing a space so vast that it could hold millions of solar systems like ours strung together in a slow, luminous spiral. The Milky Way's arms are alive with light-hot blue stars, blazing fiercely for a few million years before fading older golden stars, glowing more gently for billions. Each color tells a different story: the blue of youth, the red of age, the white of balance, and together they paint the galaxy in a silent spectrum of time. If our eyes could see beyond visible light, the Milky Way would appear transformed. In infrared, we would see the warmth of stars hidden behind curtains of dust. In ultraviolet, we would witness the fierce energy of stellar birth and death. X-ray vision would reveal the scars of ancient explosions, supernova remnants that still pulse with radiation thousands of years after their stars collapsed. The galaxy's light is layered and textured, each wavelength a note in an unending symphony of physics. When scientists use instruments like the James Webb Space Telescope, they are not merely taking pictures. They are decoding the language of the Milky Way, translating the invisible vibrations of the universe into colors our eyes can understand. It is remarkable to think that everything we know about the cosmos comes from light. We have never touched a distant star or flown to the galactic center, but light has brought their secrets to us. It carries with it fingerprints, spectral lines, delicate patterns that reveal a star's temperature, its composition, its age, and its motion. When a star moves away from us, its light stretches, turning red. When it moves toward us, the light compresses, shifting to blue. This phenomenon, the redshift and blue shift, is how astronomers map the dance of the Milky Way, tracing the movement of billions of suns through the galaxy's vast rotation. In a sense, the Milky Way speaks in light, and we patient listeners with our telescopes and equations have learned to hear it. To stand beneath a dark sky is to stand inside that conversation. Imagine yourself on a quiet plain at midnight, far from cities where the air is cool and dry. The sky above is alive, the Milky Way arching like a river of mist across the heavens. Each pinpoint of light that reaches your eyes has traveled across unimaginable space and time to arrive at this moment. The faint glow from the Andromeda Galaxy, our nearest galactic neighbor, began its journey more than 2.5 million years ago. When that light first set out, humanity's earliest ancestors were just learning to use simple tools. Tonight, that same light finishes its voyage, brushing the back of your eyes before continuing on into darkness. You, the observer, become part of its journey, the final surface it touches before moving on. Light does not rush or falter. It is perfectly patient. In the emptiness between stars, it crosses the cold vacuum, unbent by time. Some photons will travel unimpeded for billions of years, perhaps, until the end of the universe itself, never colliding, never fading, only stretching as the cosmos expands. In this way, the Milky Way is a bridge between eternity and the present moment. Its light is ancient, yet always arriving anew. Every sunrise, every flicker of starlight, is the continuation of a process that began when the first hydrogen atoms formed after the Big Bang nearly 14 billion years ago. Those early photons, the faint afterglow of creation, still drift through us, even now. The cosmic microwave background, the universe's oldest light, surrounding the Milky Way, like a ghostly echo of its beginning. Our galaxy, like all galaxies, glows because it cannot help but do so. Its stars convert matter into energy, and that energy escapes as light, the purest signal of existence. Some of that light falls upon the planets of other stars, some upon worlds still forming in dust and gas, and a small portion finds its way to Earth. Each night when we look up, we are bathed in the combined glow of 100 billion suns. The light that touches your face is the same that once touched the dust of distant worlds, and will one day fall on planets yet unborn. It connects everything, an unbroken thread running through space and time. It is easy to forget that we are creatures of light ourselves. The energy that fuels every heartbeat, every thought, began as sunlight captured by plants, transformed by the slow miracle of life into the breath you take now. The photons from the sun are stored in the food we eat, the warmth on our skin, the electricity that powers our homes. In this sense, the Milky Way does not only send light through the void, it turns that light into awareness. You are in every physical way an extension of starlight, shaped by gravity and time, animated by the glow of the sun, which is but one spark among the galaxy's countless others. And so light becomes more than illumination. It becomes connection. It unites the present with the past, the near with the far, the living with the ancient. To gaze upon the Milky Way is to read the oldest text in existence, written not in ink, but in brightness. Every photon carries with it the handwriting of the cosmos, a message saying, I was here, I existed, I shone. It is both humbling and comforting to realize that when your own light, the energy of your life, your thoughts, your actions radiates outward, it too joins this ongoing story. The light of Earth escaping into the void will travel for tens of thousands of years through the galaxy before it fades. It will mix with the light of stars, blending into the Milky Way's luminous fabric. As we continue to drift through this spiral of light and dust, remember that what you see in the night sky is not just beauty, it is time still glowing. Each star is a clock, each beam a record of its own endurance. When you look upward, you are not looking out into distance. You are looking backward into history. The Milky Way is not a painting fixed in the sky. It is a living chronicle, a river of time whose current flows both through and around us. And as you let your gaze rest on that quiet band of light tonight, let your thoughts slow to match its rhythm. Every flicker above is an echo of something ancient and enduring. Every shimmer reminds you that even across the silence of space, the universe speaks softly, steadily, in the language of light. In the quiet after contemplating light, it becomes natural to wonder where we belong in all of this vastness, to ask if the Milky Way is home to hundreds of billions of stars. Then where exactly is ours? The answer is both humble and comforting. Our solar system rests within a small, bright lane of stars known as the Orion Spur, a slender bridge of light between two of the Milky Way's major spiral arms, the Sagittarius arm and the Perseus arm. It is not the galaxy's center, nor its edge. but a gentle middle ground, neither too crowded with radiation nor too barren of the elements that make planets and life possible. It is quite literally a safe suburb in the grand city of the cosmos. The Sun, together with its orbiting worlds, lies about 26,000 light-years from the galactic center and hovers roughly 500 light-years above the thin galactic plane. From here, the Milky Way stretches around us like a glowing horizon, wrapping the sky in a soft band of starlight. When you stand beneath it on a clear night, you are not looking outward. You are looking along the plane of our galaxy itself, peering through its luminous disk. If you could rise above the galaxy and look down from far away, the Milky Way would appear as a grand spiral about 100,000 light-years across, with arms that coil gracefully around a dense golden core. These arms are not solid structures, but regions where stars are born in higher concentration waves of gravity, compressing gas and dust into radiant clusters. Our Orion spur is one of those smaller filaments, an offshoot in this slow-moving spiral. Here the Sun makes its way around the galactic center in a great orbit, lasting roughly 250 million years. It has completed this journey only about 18 times since the solar system first formed. That means the last time Earth was in this exact spot, the first dinosaurs were just beginning to roam across Pangaea. When you think about it that way, the concept of home takes on an entirely new meaning. A place that moves, evolves, and changes through cosmic time, carrying us through the arms of creation itself. Every few 100 million years, as the Sun orbits our solar system, drifts gently above and below the galactic plane in a slow oscillation, like a leaf rising and falling on a gentle tide. This movement may even shape the history of life on Earth. Some scientists believe that when we pass through denser regions of the Milky Way, where supernovae are more frequent and cosmic rays are stronger, the increased radiation subtly influences evolution, climate, and even extinction patterns. Whether or not this connection proves true, it reminds us that we are deeply intertwined with the rhythms of our galaxy, not separate from it, but carried within its living pulse. The Milky Way is not merely our backdrop, it is our ecosystem, on the grandest scale imaginable. The instruments that have helped us map our galactic address are among humanity's quiet triumphs. The European Space Agency's Gaia mission, launched in 2013, has measured the positions and motions of over 1.5 billion stars. From its meticulous data, astronomers have created the most detailed three-dimensional map of the Milky Way ever constructed. What they have discovered is breathtaking. The galaxy is not perfectly flat, as once thought, but slightly warped, as if one of its edges has been gently lifted by gravity's invisible hand. This subtle bend is likely caused by interactions with nearby dwarf galaxies that orbit our own small companions, like the Sagittarius dwarf galaxy that tug faintly on the Milky Way's rim. The result is a cosmic ripple that travels through our galaxy like a slow, silent wave across a sea of stars. To imagine our location within this grand structure, think of standing in a meadow under the summer sky, tracing the Milky Way's path with your eyes. The stars you see toward the constellation Sagittarius mark the direction of the galactic center, the luminous heart of our galaxy buried behind dense clouds of dust and gas. The opposite direction toward Orion and Perseus points outward toward the rim of the galactic disk. You, the observer, stand roughly halfway between these extremes, balanced in a quiet corridor of light. From this vantage point, both the heart and the edge of the galaxy are equally distant dreams, unreachable yet visible in thought. Our place is neither privileged nor forgotten. It is one of balance, of quiet observation, of steady existence. The Milky Way's spiral arms are not static. They rotate, but more slowly than the stars that live within them. As the sun orbits, it drifts in and out of these arms over hundreds of millions of years, like a ship passing through alternating regions of calm and storm. When it enters an arm, we find ourselves surrounded by more nebulae and young massive stars, regions of stellar birth that illuminate the galactic night. Between the arms lie darker, stretches quieter, and less crowded, where stars like our sun can exist in peace. Right now, we travel through such a tranquil passage, the Orion Spur, a place of relative calm, a space between turbulence. Perhaps this is one reason life on Earth has had time to flourish undisturbed by the frequent explosions of young, unstable suns that populate the galaxy's more crowded regions. If we were closer to the galactic center, the night sky would be dramatically different. Hundreds of thousands of stars would crowd the heavens, their light blending into a near-constant glow. There would be little true darkness, only a golden haze. But this brightness would come at a cost. The radiation there is intense, the gravitational tides violent, and the dense population of stars makes stable planetary systems rare. In the far outer reaches, the opposite problem arises. The stars are too few, the materials too scarce for complex worlds to form. Here in the middle distance, the Milky Way provides balance, enough metals and elements to build worlds, but not so much chaos as to destroy them. We exist within a gentle equilibrium, a cosmic Goldilocks zone on the galactic scale. To see our position as small is accurate, but to see it as insignificant is not. From this modest lane of stars, humanity has begun to map the entire galaxy, to trace the outlines of arms and clusters, and to chart our own movement through the heavens. The sun's orbit around the galactic center defines a rhythm beyond our daily and yearly cycles, a galactic heartbeat that beats once every 250 million years. With each pulse, new species rise, continents drift, and entire civilizations bloom and fade. The galaxy does not rush. It turns with patient grace, carrying us all within its spiral arms, as it has done for billions of years. When you look up tonight and see the soft glow of the Milky Way stretching across the sky, know that you are looking along the body of your own galaxy from the inside. Every shimmer and fleck of light you see belongs to the same immense structure that holds your home. You are not standing beneath the Milky Way. You are inside it, woven into its luminous fabric. Your world is one bead of light on the great string that loops around its invisible center. The next time you gaze upward, remember that you are looking through the walls of your own galactic home, gazing down the corridors of starlight that spiral outward into eternity. The Milky Way is not merely a collection of stars scattered through the void. It is an elegant structure, a masterpiece of natural geometry sculpted by gravity, rotation, and time. From our small world, we can see only a narrow glimpse of it, a bright river of starlight flowing across the night sky. But in truth, our galaxy is a vast spiraling disk, flattened and curved like a cosmic seashell. Its full diameter stretches roughly 100,000 light-years, yet its vertical thickness is barely 1,000. In proportion, it is thinner than a sheet of paper compared to its width. The Sun and its planets lie near the outer edge of one of the Milky Way's arms, orbiting the galactic core in a slow, graceful arc. It is hard to imagine a shape so enormous, but if we could somehow look down from above, we would see it glowing like a whirlpool of stars. Its spiral arms unfurling through the darkness like ribbons of silver smoke. The Milky Way belongs to a class known as barred spiral galaxies, distinguished by a bright bar of stars that stretches through its core like a glowing bridge between the spiral arms. This bar is not a static structure, but a pattern of densely packed orbits, a gravitational rhythm that directs the flow of gas and stars toward the center. There in the bulging heart of the galaxy, ancient suns gather in golden clouds, orbiting the invisible mass of Sagittarius A, times the supermassive black hole that anchors us all. From that center, the spiral arms emerge and curve outward, sweeping across the galactic plane. The arms themselves are not solid objects. They are waves of density moving through the stars, much like ripples travel through water. As these waves pass, they compress gas and dust, triggering bursts of star formation that light up the arms like cosmic fireflies. The Milky Way's main spiral, arms the Perseus Sagittarius and Scutum Centaurus, trace vast arcs around the core, while smaller features like our Orion spur connect and bridge them. The stars within the arms, though they appear to form a permanent shape, are constantly changing. New stars are born from collapsing clouds of hydrogen, while others exhaust their fuel, swell into red giants, and fade into white dwarfs, or explode in brilliant supernovae. Over millions of years, this constant cycle of birth and death sculpts the galaxy's luminous structure, creating the soft spirals that wind through space. When you look up at the Milky Way's hazy band, you are seeing one small segment of this enormous pattern, a cross-section of light from billions of suns blurred together by distance. Our galaxy's thinness is one of its most remarkable features. Imagine compressing all those billions of stars along with clouds of gas dust and dark matter into a disk only 1,000 light-years thick. This shape is the result of rotation and time. When the Milky Way formed from a vast cloud of matter nearly 13 billion years ago, it began to spin. As it rotated, centrifugal force caused it to flatten, much like a spinning clay disc on a potter's wheel. The faster it turned, the thinner it became. This process continues even now, though imperceptibly slow by human standards. The outer regions, including our solar system, sweep around the galaxy's center at about 136 miles per second, yet it takes the Sun roughly 250 million years to complete a single revolution. Beyond the bright spiral disk lies a halo, a nearly invisible sphere of ancient stars and dark matter that surrounds the Milky Way. In this halo drift the remnants of the galaxy's early history, faint globular clusters, each containing hundreds of thousands of old stars bound tightly together. These clusters orbit far above and below the galactic plane, marking the Milky Way's spherical boundary like scattered jewels suspended in the void. They are relics of the first generations of stars, witnesses to the galaxy's formation when the universe was still young and dense with creation. In contrast, the spiral arms we see now are more recent, the luminous bloom of a galaxy in its long, stable maturity. If you could step back far enough to see the Milky Way in its entirety, it would shimmer with color and texture. The core would glow a warm golden hue surrounded by dust lanes that appear dark, invisible light, but blaze in infrared. The spiral arms would gleam blue-white, dotted with nebulae clouds of glowing hydrogen where stars are born. Between the arms lie darker regions filled with cold gas, the quiet reservoirs of future creation. Around it all, a faint envelope of hot gas extends for thousands of light years, glowing dimly in X-rays. This is the Milky Way's corona, a halo so diffuse that even light itself seems to drift slowly through it. For centuries, humanity had no idea of this grand structure. To ancient observers, the Milky Way was a mystery, a river of milk, or a pathway of souls, its glow too diffuse to resolve into individual stars. Only with telescopes did we begin to understand its true nature. In the early 20th century, astronomer Edwin Hubble proved that the Milky Way was not the entire universe, but one galaxy among countless others. Since then, our understanding has deepened. Radio telescopes have traced its spiral arms, infrared observatories have peered through its dust, and modern space telescopes have mapped its core. Each discovery reveals the Milky Way not as a static object, but as a living, breathing system constantly evolving. The galaxy's shape is not perfectly smooth. One of its outer edges is warped a subtle twist, caused by gravitational interactions with smaller satellite galaxies. The entire disk bends gently like a wave frozen in time. This warp, though slight, is visible in the distribution of hydrogen gas across the galaxy's outer rim. It reminds us that the Milky Way does not exist in isolation. It moves. It responds. It feels the pull of the universe around it. Even at this colossal scale, it behaves like something alive, flexible, reactive, dynamic. From our perspective within the galaxy, we can never see it directly from the outside. We are inside the painting, surrounded by its brush strokes of light and shadow. But with careful measurement and imagination, we can reconstruct the image, a luminous spiral floating in the dark sea of space, one among billions of others. And though we cannot step outside to look back, we can picture our place within it, a small system of planets orbiting a single star nestled in the edge of a spiral arm. From here, the Milky Way stretches in every direction, wrapping us in a soft cocoon of light. The more we learn about its form, the more the Milky Way resembles an organism, a structure that grows and changes, feeding on the matter that falls into it from intergalactic space. Every moment, faint streams of gas flow toward the galaxy from the cosmic web, fueling new generations of stars. In return, dying stars release heavier elements, oxygen, carbon, iron, into the void, enriching the raw material for the next cycle of creation. This endless circulation of matter and energy is the heartbeat of the Milky Way, a rhythm that echoes through every living thing, even here on Earth. To stand beneath its light is to witness this structure. In motion, the spiral arms, turning slowly, the stars rising and falling within their orbits, the disk itself flexing and breathing over cosmic time. You cannot hear it, but if the Milky Way had a sound, it would be the deep, resonant hum of harmony, gravity, and motion woven together into eternity. It is the sound of balance, the architecture of being itself. When you next look at the Milky Way glowing across the night sky, imagine it not as a distant object, but as the great body of which you are a part. Its shape defines the boundaries of your cosmic home. Its motion carries you forward through time. Every photon that leaves its stars, every atom that flows through its arms contributes to the same grand design. The galaxy's shape is the shape of continuity, a spiral that never ends, a motion that never ceases, a reminder that even in the vast stillness of space, everything is always moving, always connected. If a human lifetime can be counted in decades and a civilization's history in thousands of years, then the timescale of a galaxy lies far beyond ordinary comprehension. The Milky Way moves through its own vast rhythm of time, measured not in days or centuries, but in galactic years. This is the length of time it takes our Sun, and with it, the entire solar system, to complete one full orbit around the center of the Milky Way. One galactic year lasts roughly 250 million Earth years. It is a duration so immense that words begin to lose their meaning. The dinosaurs ruled the Earth only 65 million years ago, meaning they lived just 1/4 of a single galactic year in the past. The solar system itself has circled the galaxy only about 18 times since it first formed 4.5 billion years ago. When we measure time in such scales, even the oldest mountains and oceans on Earth feel as young as morning dew. To imagine this rotation is to imagine stillness in motion. The Sun moves at about 500,000 miles per hour along its galactic orbit, yet there is no sense of speed or direction. The gravity of the Milky Way holds it in a perfect balance, and all the planets, moons, comets, and asteroids are carried along with it, silent passengers on a grand celestial current. Our entire history, as a species from the first spark of human thought to the digital age, has unfolded during a mere fraction of this immense journey. While we invent calendars and clocks to measure the passage of time, the galaxy keeps its own clock, one so vast that the rise and fall of civilizations barely mark a tick. The path of our orbit is not a simple flat circle. As the Sun moves around the galactic center, it also oscillates gently above and below the galactic plane in a slow wave that takes about 30 million years to complete. This vertical motion carries us through regions of differing density, the crowded spiral arms and the quieter inter-arm spaces. Some scientists have wondered whether these passages might subtly influence life on Earth. When we move through denser regions filled with gas and cosmic dust, the number of nearby supernovae might increase, sending waves of radiation through space. Over millions of years, such events could have shaped evolution itself, triggering environmental changes that encouraged life to adapt and transform. Whether or not these connections prove measurable, the idea holds a poetic truth: life on Earth does not evolve in isolation, but within the moving rhythms of a galaxy that breathes and turns. The concept of a galactic year changes the way we think about time. On Earth, we measure a year by the Sun's orbit around our planet, yet the Sun itself is part of an even grander cycle. Every second, our star drifts deeper into the Milky Way's rotation, carrying with it everything we know. The last time Earth was positioned on the opposite side of the galaxy, from where it is now, the continents looked entirely different. Pangaea had only just begun to break apart, and the ancestors of modern mammals were still small nocturnal creatures. By the time our solar system completes its next galactic orbit, the face of the planet will have transformed again. Continents will drift into new shapes, mountains will rise and erode, and perhaps humanity will have evolved into something beyond our current understanding. What is perhaps most humbling is that the Milky Way itself is not eternal in its current form. As our solar system continues its orbit, the galaxy slowly evolves. Its arms twist and change. New stars are born while others fade into darkness, and far away the neighboring Andromeda galaxy is drifting closer, drawn toward us by gravity. In about 4 billion years, roughly 16 galactic years from now, the Milky Way and Andromeda will merge into one immense elliptical galaxy, their stars mingling in a slow, silent dance that will take another billion years to complete. It will be a collision in name, only for the distances between stars are so vast that few, if any, will physically strike one another. Instead, the galaxies will pass through each other, reshaping their structures, their arms, dissolving into luminous clouds. The night sky of that far future will glow with countless new stars, and the shape of our home will be forever changed. And yet, despite these enormous transformations, there is a continuity to the galaxy's motion that feels peaceful. The Milky Way has been turning since long before the Earth formed, and it will continue long after our species is gone. The stars orbit its center, not in chaos, but in harmony, following the graceful mathematics of gravity. It is a system so vast that no single perspective can encompass it. And yet, when we look upward, we are seeing part of that eternal cycle in motion. The faint shimmer of the Milky Way overhead is the visible trace of this rotation, the glowing record of billions of stars that move together, bound by the same invisible force. When scientists simulate the galaxy's rotation on computers, they see patterns emerge, the arms tightening and loosening, the bar in the center twisting gently as gravity redistributes energy. It is like watching a living organism pulse and breathe. The galactic year is its heartbeat, each rotation a steady rhythm in the cosmic symphony. On this scale, our lives are no more than brief flashes of light, yet each flash contributes to the illumination of the whole. Even the shortest life adds its glimmer to the galaxy's long memory. Time on this scale encourages reflection. It reveals that permanence is an illusion, and that change is the universe's most natural state. Mountains rise and crumble, stars are born and die, galaxies merge and disperse. And through it all, the Milky Way continues its patient revolution. The slow rotation of the galaxy reminds us that there is peace in slowness, that not all motion needs urgency. The Earth's orbit around the Sun gives us the rhythm of seasons, but the Sun's orbit around the galaxy gives us the rhythm of eternity. A reminder that our fleeting moments unfold within a much grander passage of time. If you could compress the history of the solar system into a single galactic year, then the entire span of recorded human civilization would fit within the last few seconds. Every language spoken, every thought written, every dream dreamt, all within the closing heartbeat of one galactic moment. This does not make our lives insignificant. It makes them precious. To exist even briefly within a process so vast is to be part of something sacred. The galaxy's time is not our time yet. We move within it, synchronized by the same gravitational clock that turns the stars. And so when you look up at the Milky Way, remember that you are seeing the great wheel of time itself. Each point of light is not just a star, but a marker of the galaxy's slow rotation, a reminder of how far we have come and how far we have yet to go. The Milky Way turns in silence, carrying us with it through the ages. And though our lives are short, we are eternal in motion. Every heartbeat, every breath, every moment of wonder is a note in the symphony of the galaxy's year, a rhythm so vast it can only be heard in stillness. Deep in the center of the Milky Way, beyond the haze of dust and light, lies something extraordinary, a silent force so powerful it binds the entire galaxy together. It has no light of its own, no warmth, no visible surface, and yet everything that shines and spins across 100,000 light-years depends on it. This is Sagittarius A times the Milky Way's central black hole, a gravitational heart 4 million times more massive than the Sunday. For most of human history, this dark center was invisible to us, hidden behind veils of interstellar dust that no ordinary telescope could pierce. Only with modern instruments, capable of seeing through wavelengths far beyond human vision, did we finally begin to perceive its presence, not directly, but through the motion of the stars that whirl around it like sparks around a campfire. In the early 21st century, astronomers using the Keck Observatory and the Very Large Telescope began tracking these stars, some of them moving at speeds of several thousand miles per second. One of them, a bright blue star named S2, completes an orbit around Sagittarius A times roughly every 16 years. Its path, an elongated ellipse, provides direct evidence that the invisible object at the center must be unimaginably dense, a mass so concentrated that nothing, not even light, can escape. In 2019, the Event Horizon Telescope collaboration unveiled the first image of a black hole, and 3 years later, they did the same for Sagittarius A**. The result was a ring of golden light encircling a dark void, the shadow of the unseeable. It was not a photograph in the usual sense, but an echo, a map of the radiation emitted by matter just before it vanished into darkness. It was as if the galaxy itself had opened its eye for the first time, and through that eye we glimpsed eternity. Despite its fearsome reputation, a black hole is not a monster devouring everything in its path. It is a point of balance, the final inevitable stage in the life of massive stars, where gravity triumphs over all other forces. In Sagittarius, A times that gravity serves as an anchor holding the Milky Way together. Every orbit from the innermost cluster of stars, near the core, to our sun far in the outer arms, is defined by this single invisible mass. Without it, the galaxy would drift apart over billions of years, its stars wandering aimlessly through the void. Instead, they remain bound, dancing in silent harmony around their unseen center. The black hole in this sense is not destruction, it is order. It is the still point around which everything turns. The region surrounding Sagittarius A times is not empty. It teems with activity stars. Crowd close gas clouds twist and stretch under the pull of gravity, and shock waves ripple through magnetic fields. As matter spirals inward, it heats to millions of degrees, emitting radiation before crossing the event horizon, the boundary beyond which escape becomes impossible. But beyond that boundary, physics, as we know it, ceases to apply. Time slows, space bends, and the known laws of the universe dissolve into mystery. To approach such a place would be to approach the edge of understanding itself. Yet even here, where gravity folds light into silence, there is beauty. The swirling glow of the accretion disk, the soft flicker of distant stars, the immense calm of space itself together, they form one of the universe's most haunting symphonies. Imagine for a moment standing on a planet near the galactic core looking towards Sagittarius A asterisk. The night sky would be unlike anything you could imagine. Tens of thousands of stars would fill every inch of the heavens, so dense that darkness would hardly exist. The black hole itself would not be visible, but the space around it would shimmer with light bent by gravity, an eternal dawn at the heart of the Milky Way. The airless silence would hum with radiation, the remnants of stars collapsing and feeding the core. You would feel more than see the power at the center, not violent, but serene. An immense stillness surrounded by endless motion. Sagittarius A times reminds us that creation and destruction are not opposites, but partners in the same cosmic cycle. The same gravity that consumes also gives form. Without such gravitational wells, galaxies could not exist. Without collapse, there could be no rebirth. Black holes are the universe's great recyclers, turning energy and matter back into the fabric of space-time. Even now, astronomers believe that jets of high-energy particles occasionally erupt from the Milky Way's center, powered by the magnetic fields twisted around Sagittarius A asterisk. These outflows, invisible to our eyes but detected in radio and X-ray wavelengths, may extend tens of thousands of light-years above and below the galactic plane, two vast lobes known as the Fermi bubbles. They are evidence that even the calm heart of our galaxy has at times flared with energy bright enough to light the cosmos. Despite its mystery, the black hole is not a threat to us. At 26,000 light-years away, its influence is subtle, steady, and benevolent. Its gravity defines the shape of the Milky Way, but does not reach across to disturb our solar system. In fact, it acts more like a clock, marking the passage of cosmic time through its constancy. The Sun and all the stars around us orbit this dark center as planets orbit the Sun, a celestial hierarchy of motion, each level echoing the one above. In this structure, everything has its place. Even darkness serves a purpose. To study Sagittarius A times is to study the concept of stillness itself. In a universe defined by movement, expansion, and change, the black hole offers the paradox of motionless strength. It does not move. Rather, it is the point around which all movement is measured. From it, the galaxy breathes, drawing in matter, releasing energy, keeping its spiral rhythm alive. It is the heart, not only in a gravitational sense, but in a poetic one, the unseen organ that sustains the Milky Way's body. Just as your heart pumps blood through your veins, Sagittarius A time circulates energy and matter through the galaxy, ensuring that creation never truly ends. When astronomers look toward the galactic center, they often speak of seeing through time. The light from that region, has taken 26,000 years to reach us, meaning the Sagittarius A times we observe tonight existed when the first humans were carving symbols into stone. The photons we detect now began their journey long before recorded history, crossing the vast gulf of the galaxy, slipping past gas clouds and nebulae, until finally they reached our instruments. Every observation is an act of communion with the past, a conversation across epochs. In the stillness of night, when you gaze toward the constellation Sagittarius, you are looking toward that center, toward the place where gravity and silence meet. You cannot see it, but it is there, patient, immense, eternal. It pulls on every star, every planet, every atom, including the ones that make up your body. It is the quiet reminder that everything is connected, that even the smallest life is linked to the heart of the galaxy. The Milky Way's story is the story of balance between light and dark creation, and collapse motion and stillness. At its core, Sagittarius A times embodies that balance perfectly. It is the stillness within motion, the eye of the cosmic storm. To know it is to feel the humility of existence and the peace of inevitability. And so as the Milky Way turns and the sun continues its patient orbit, the galaxy's heart beats on invisible but steady, whispering gravity's endless song through the dark. Everything we are, everything we will ever be, drifts to its rhythm. In the quiet between the stars, balance has always been the rarest gift. Our place within the Milky Way is not only a matter of geography, but of survival. A delicate harmony between chaos and calm, between light too fierce to bear and darkness too deep to nurture. Somewhere within the galaxy's vast spiral lies a narrow region scientists call the galactic habitable zone. It is a place where the conditions for life as we understand it may flourish far enough from the galactic core to avoid the fury of radiation, yet near enough to contain the heavy elements forged by ancient stars. Earth, our fragile home, drifts serenely in this golden middle ground. It is not coincidence. It is consequence, the result of billions of years of cosmic trial and refinement. Closer to the galactic center, the night sky would never darken. There the stars crowd so tightly that space glows with a permanent golden haze. But beauty masks peril. The density of stars in those regions increases the risk of gravitational encounters where nearby suns can disturb planetary orbits or strip atmospheres away entirely. Supernovae erupt with violent frequency, releasing floods of radiation that sterilize everything within light years. In the opposite direction, far out toward the galactic edge, the danger is of another kind: scarcity. The stars there are fewer and older, and the gas clouds that birth new ones are thin and poor in metals. Planets may still form, but they are smaller, rockier, more barren. Between these extremes lies the zone of gentle balance, the quiet lane where our sun resides, orbiting in peace through the Orion Spur. The idea of the galactic habitable zone emerged in the late 20th century, when astronomers began to wonder whether our place in the Milky Way was particularly special or simply typical. They realized that not all regions of the galaxy could host stable, life-sustaining worlds. To form planets like Earth, you need the heavier elements, carbon, oxygen, iron, all forged in earlier generations of stars. Those elements are more abundant closer to the galactic center. But the same regions are flooded with radiation. Farther out, there is safety, but little material to work with. The sun then occupies a remarkable middle, a location that provides both raw ingredients and shelter. In this sense, Earth's address is a cosmic compromise, an equilibrium that allows complexity to unfold. From this golden zone, the Milky Way reveals itself in full serenity. When you look toward the galactic core on a dark night, you see the thickest part of the Milky Way glowing faintly in the sky, a window into the busy heart of the galaxy. Yet from here, that glow is distant enough to be beautiful rather than dangerous. The radiation that scours other worlds barely touches us. We live in a region where sunlight can nurture instead of burn, where magnetic fields shield instead of tear apart. Our planet's very stability, its steady climate, its long spans of calm evolution, owes as much to its galactic environment as to its orbit around the Sunday. To imagine this balance on a cosmic scale is to glimpse the deep intelligence of nature. The Milky Way's spiral arms sweep through space like the slow hands of a clock, and within them, life finds its moments of stillness. Here, in our quiet orbit, we are far from the cataclysms that rage nearer the center, and far from the emptiness that chills the rim. The sunlight that reaches us has traveled through a relatively clean corridor of space, unbroken by dense dust clouds that might dim its warmth. Even the rate at which stars explode around us is modest enough to enrich space with new elements, but not enough to threaten the fragile continuity of life. This perfect moderation is not the rule of the universe. It is the exception. Most worlds, even within our galaxy, never know such calm. Many orbit unstable stars that flare unpredictably or drift through regions thick with cosmic radiation. Others freeze in darkness too far from any source of warmth to sustain even a spark of chemistry. Life, it seems, requires not just a planet or a star, but a cosmic neighborhood, a quiet address in a restless galaxy. And by all that we have learned, our address could not be more fortuitous. The sun itself is the kind of star that lends stability to its surroundings. It burns with calm persistence, neither too massive nor too dim. Its light has remained steady for billions of years, allowing Earth's oceans and atmosphere to evolve gently rather than violently. The planets that orbit it follow nearly circular paths, reducing extremes of climate. Together, these conditions have created a rare sanctuary, a small island of order floating in the galactic sea. And the galaxy in turn has shielded that island, holding us within its golden zone as it drifts through the eons. When we speak of life in the universe, we often imagine other worlds and civilizations scattered across the stars. Yet even within the Milky Way, the requirements for life are narrow and exacting. Scientists estimate that perhaps only a few % of all stars lie within the galactic habitable zone, and of those only some may host planets with the right ingredients for biology. Life, in other words, is not common, but it is possible. And that possibility is enough to fill the galaxy with quiet hope. Somewhere in another calm spiral arm, another world may circle its star, bathed in the same gentle balance, waiting for its own moment of awareness. The notion that we inhabit such a rare position can feel both humbling and uplifting. To think that life arose here in this precise corridor of safety during this fleeting era of cosmic stability is to glimpse how fragile and magnificent existence truly is. The atoms that form your body were once part of ancient stars that exploded billions of years ago. The iron in your blood was forged in their cores, scattered across space, and gathered again by gravity to form this planet. From that matter, life emerged. And from life consciousness, the ability to look back at the Milky Way and understand that we belong to it. The Milky Way's golden zone is not simply a physical location. It is a symbol of equilibrium, a reminder that the universe, even in its chaos, allows for harmony. Within the swirl of stars and the silence of dark matter, there exists a balance so delicate that it gives rise to thought, art, love, and awareness. Perhaps this is the galaxy's quiet miracle, that in its vastness, it holds room for gentleness. And so as the Milky Way continues its slow revolution, carrying us through the centuries, we drift within its golden lane of possibility. Here, under its spiral arms, Life endures, fragile, yet radiant, rare, yet real. We are the product of this balance, the voice of the galaxy speaking softly through consciousness. In the stillness of night, when you look up and see that soft band of light, remember that you are gazing into the zone that made you possible, the golden middle of a galaxy that has spent billions of years perfecting the art of peace. The Milky Way glows with the light of hundreds of billions of stars. But this visible splendor tells only a small part of the story. Beneath the shimmering arms and radiant core lies a structure we cannot see, a vast and silent framework of invisible matter that holds the entire galaxy together. This is dark matter, the unseen skeleton of the cosmos. Without it, the Milky Way would not exist in its graceful spiral form. Its stars would drift apart, its arms would unravel, and its beauty would dissolve into scattered light. The truth is humbling: nearly 90% of the Milky Way's mass is invisible. What we see, every sun, every planet, every glowing nebula, is only the faint surface of a much deeper reality. The discovery of dark matter began not with a telescope, but with a question. In the mid-20th century, astronomer Vera Rubin noticed something strange while studying the rotation of galaxies. According to Newton's laws, stars farther from a galaxy's center should orbit more slowly than those closer, in just as planets in our solar system do. But when Rubin measured the speeds of stars at the outer edges of galaxies, she found that they were moving just as fast as those near the center. The visible mass alone could not account for such motion. Something unseen must be adding gravity, holding the stars in place. That something, she proposed, was dark matter, a mysterious, invisible substance pervading space itself. Her quiet discovery changed astronomy forever, revealing that the universe was far heavier, stranger, and more mysterious than anyone had imagined. Though we cannot see dark matter directly, its presence is undeniable. It reveals itself through gravity, the way galaxies spin, the way light bends as it travels through space, the way clusters of galaxies cling together against the pull of expansion. The Milky Way, like all galaxies, is enveloped by an immense halo of this unseen matter, stretching far beyond the boundaries of its luminous arms. It forms a ghostly cocoon extending perhaps 200,000 light-years from the center. Within this invisible sphere, the stars move in delicate balance, their orbits shaped by a force that cannot be seen but can be felt across the fabric of space-time. Scientists still do not know what dark matter truly is. It does not emit light, absorb it, or interact with ordinary matter except through gravity. It may be made of exotic particles that rarely collide, or of something even more elusive, a form of mass we have yet to imagine. Physicists build sensitive detectors deep underground to listen for its faint presence, waiting for a single interaction that might reveal its identity. Yet for all our technology, dark matter remains silent. It drifts through you, through Earth, through everything, without resistance or trace. In every moment of your life, trillions of invisible particles may pass through your body, and you will never feel a thing. To visualize dark matter is to imagine the galaxy's skeleton, a network of filaments and halos that give shape to the visible world. It is the scaffold upon which the Milky Way's stars and nebulae are strung like lanterns hanging on unseen wires. The luminous spiral we see in the night sky is not self-supporting. It floats within this hidden lattice, its motions dictated by the gravity of the invisible. Even the great clusters of galaxies that fill the universe trace the outlines of this unseen structure, forming a cosmic web that stretches across billions of light years. The universe itself, it seems, is woven from the dark. There is something profoundly poetic about this hidden architecture. It mirrors the way so much of existence depends on what cannot be seen: gravity, air, emotion, memory. Just as we are held together by invisible bonds of thought and love, so too is the galaxy held together by gravity's unseen hand. The stars shine, but their light is shaped by what lies in shadow. Perhaps this is why the night sky feels so complete, because it reflects both the visible and the invisible, the known and the unknowable in perfect harmony. Even though we cannot observe dark matter directly, we can see its imprint everywhere. When astronomers study the bending of light from distant galaxies, they find distortions, subtle curves, that reveal the presence of invisible mass between us and the source. This phenomenon, known as gravitational lensing, acts like a cosmic fingerprint of dark matter. In vast galaxy clusters, the lensing effect paints invisible halos that map the shape of this unseen substance. The Milky Way itself bends light in this way, though its dark matter halo is too diffuse to create dramatic effects. Still, the principle remains light. The oldest traveler reveals the shape of the unseen by the paths it takes through the dark. Without dark matter, the Milky Way's rotation would be impossible. The outer stars would drift away into space, unable to keep up with the galaxy's spin. Over billions of years, its spiral arms would unravel like smoke in the wind. Instead, the invisible halo holds everything together with a quiet, persistent pull. It is a cosmic guardian, unseen but indispensable, maintaining the symmetry of creation. When we speak of the Milky Way as a living system, we must include this hidden element, the unseen skeleton that gives it form and balance. And yet, for all its mystery, dark matter is not frightening. There is nothing sinister about its invisibility. It is simply another expression of the universe's elegance, a reminder that the visible is only one layer of reality. To know that the majority of our galaxy's mass lies hidden is not to diminish what we can see, but to deepen our sense of wonder. The Milky Way is not less beautiful for its darkness. It is more so for the darkness gives its light meaning. Perhaps someday we will uncover the true nature of dark matter, identifying the particles or fields that compose it. Perhaps we never will. Either way, the mystery itself has value. It teaches humility that even after centuries of discovery, we still know only a fraction of what exists. The cosmos still holds, secret still invites curiosity. The Milky Way's skeleton reminds us that understanding is not the end of wonder, but its beginning. When you stand beneath the stars and gaze into the Milky Way, remember that what your eyes behold is only the surface, a delicate skin stretched over an invisible frame. Beneath that glittering river of light lies an ocean of the unseen, shaping every motion, every orbit, every spark of brightness. The stars are the galaxy's face, dark matter is its soul. Both together form the harmony that sustains all things. Every home, no matter how grand or humble, rests within a neighborhood. The same is true for our place in the cosmos. The sun and its planets do not drift through an empty void. They move through a gentle region of space known as the local bubble, a vast cavity carved long ago by ancient stars. It is our cosmic neighborhood, a calm pocket within the galaxy's spiral arms, where the density of gas and dust is remarkably low. Like a still lagoon in a turbulent sea, it shelters us from the harsher tides of interstellar space. The local bubble stretches for about 1,000 light-years across and is filled with thin, hot plasma, the faint remnants of supernova explosions that once raged here millions of years ago. These explosions, the deaths of massive stars, cleared the surrounding space of its heavy dust and gas, leaving behind a rare expanse of clarity and light. The story of this bubble begins long before Earth existed, as it does today. About 10 to 20 million years ago, a cluster of young massive stars near our region of the galaxy burned fiercely and died in quick succession. Each supernova released an immense shockwave, pushing gas outward and overlapping with the next until a cavity formed a hollow sphere, expanding through the interstellar medium. Over time, the energy cooled and the bubbles stabilized, creating the region we now inhabit. Within its boundaries, the density of atoms is far lower than the average in the Milky Way, only a handful per cubic inch. To human senses, it is nothing at all, but to the galaxy, it is an open space of rare tranquility. The Sun entered this bubble roughly 5 million years ago, long before humans walked the Earth, and it has remained within its shelter ever since. Our solar system, wrapped in the protective cocoon of its heliosphere, the magnetic bubble formed by the Sun's solar wind, drifts through the local bubble, like a small seed floating in a warm, invisible current. The heliosphere deflects much of the high-energy radiation that permeates interstellar space, serving as an additional layer of protection. Together, the heliosphere and the local bubble create a double shield that softens the galaxy's more violent moods. Beyond these boundaries, space grows denser with gas and cosmic rays. But here in our neighborhood, the silence holds steady. Recent observations from NASA's Interstellar Boundary Explorer IBEX and the European Space Agency's Gaia mission have begun to map this quiet realm in remarkable detail. Gaia's precise measurements of nearby stars revealed that the local bubble is not static. It is expanding, albeit slowly pushed outward by the pressure of the hot gas within. Its shape is not a perfect sphere, but an irregular shell glowing faintly in ultraviolet and X-ray light. Interestingly, many of the newborn stars in our part of the galaxy lie along its outer edges. It appears that as the bubble expanded, it compressed the gas at its boundary, triggering new waves of star formation. In this way, the death of one generation of stars gave birth to another destruction, begetting creation silence, nurturing song. When we look at the night sky, we often think of distance in terms of isolation, but within the local bubble, distance feels like connection. The nearest stars, Sirius, Procyon, Altair, all share this same open space with us. Their light crosses the same thin medium, unimpeded by heavy dust, making our view of the galaxy unusually clear. The familiar brightness of the Milky Way in our skies owes much to this local transparency. We are quite literally living in a window, a rare vantage point, where the veil between us and the stars has been lifted. It is humbling to think that our entire civilization has unfolded within this calm cosmic chamber. The sun's steady light, the relative stability of our climate, and even the clarity of our starlit nights are shaped in part by this environment. If our solar system had formed elsewhere, deeper within the galaxy's crowded arms, or near regions dense with supernova remnants, the story of life might have been very different. We might have known a harsher sky, or perhaps no sky at all. But here, in this quiet pocket of the Milky Way, life had time to take root, to breathe, and to look upward. The local bubble also connects us to the broader story of the galaxy's evolution. The Milky Way is not a static picture, but a landscape in motion sculpted by cycles of birth, death, and renewal. Every few million years, supernovae erupt and fade, carving new cavities and merging with old ones. Over time, these bubbles overlap like ripples on water, forming vast networks of low-density space known as superbubbles. Our local bubble is just one cell in this grand mosaic, one breath in the Milky Way's long rhythm of creation. As it expands and changes, it carries us gently along a silent tide that has flowed for eons. If you could drift beyond the edges of our neighborhood and look back, you would see the Milky Way's disk glowing faintly streaked with clouds and clusters. The region we occupy would appear as a faint void amid that luminous fabric, not empty, but tranquil. The sun would be a soft point of gold, its planets invisible at this distance, its light merging with the glow of surrounding stars. From such a vantage, our bubble would look fragile like a soap film, stretched thin against the void. But within it exists everything. We know every heartbeat, every ocean, every dream. The idea that we live within the aftershock of ancient explosions might seem unsettling, yet there is comfort in it too. Those long-dead stars were architects of our peace. Their destruction cleared this space, sculpting the environment that allows us to see and to be. In their absence, we were given clarity. The atoms they released, carbon, oxygen, iron, became part of the sun, the earth, and us. The same stars that died to make this void also made our bodies. Even the silence of the local bubble hums faintly with their memory, a low cosmic vibration echoing across millions of years. In a way, the local bubble is the Milky Way's sigh, a moment of stillness after great exertion. It is the pause between breaths, the quiet after fire. Through it, we are reminded that peace often arises not from avoidance of chaos, but from its transformation. The stars that once burned too brightly now illuminate us through their absence. Their light lingers as structure, as space, as calm. So tonight, when you look at the Milky Way stretching across the sky, remember that the light reaching you passes through the same vast calm that shelters us all. You are gazing through the ghost of ancient fire, through the aftermath of creation. Our neighborhood may seem silent, but in its silence lies history, balance, and grace. The stars around us are not strangers. They are neighbors, in the truest sense companions, drifting together through the galaxy's long and luminous dream. If the Milky Way is our home, then the universe is our vast and intricate city, one filled with countless other homes, each glowing softly in the darkness. For all its magnificence, our galaxy is just one among billions, drifting silently through the cosmic web like a luminous leaf in an infinite current. The Milky Way does not travel alone. It belongs to a small gathering of galaxies, known as the local group, a family bound together by gravity, each member moving in slow, elegant motion relative to the others. Within this cluster, our nearest great companion is the Andromeda Galaxy, another spiral of similar size, lying about 2.5 million light-years away. Its faint glow can be seen with the naked eye on clear, moonless nights, a hazy oval suspended in the constellation of Andromeda, a reminder that even across millions of light-years, light still finds its way to us. The Andromeda Galaxy and the Milky Way are approaching each other, drawn together by the same invisible gravity that holds stars to galaxies and galaxies to clusters. At a speed of roughly 70 miles per second, the two are fated to merge in about 4 billion years. When that time comes, the night sky will change in ways both unimaginable and beautiful. Andromeda will swell until it dominates the heavens, its spiral arms stretching across the firmament like luminous wings. Over millions of years, the two galaxies will pass through each other again and again, their stars intermingling, their shapes distorting, until they finally merge into one vast elliptical galaxy. It will be a slow dance, almost motionless from a human perspective. But in the grand timescale of the cosmos, it will happen swiftly. A collision that transforms, but does not destroy. Most stars will never touch. The space between them is too vast. Instead, their orbits will simply rearrange, and new stars will ignite from the compression of gas as the galaxies blend. The Milky Way will not end in chaos. It will become something larger, a new and luminous harmony. Even now, the local group is far from empty. Dozens of smaller galaxies orbit our own faint irregular shapes, like the large and small Magellanic Clouds, visible from the southern hemisphere as hazy smudges of light. These dwarf galaxies are remnants of the Milky Way's ancient history, leftovers from its formation and ongoing growth. Over billions of years, our galaxy has absorbed many others, drawing them into its embrace, their stars now mixed invisibly among the rest. The Milky Way, like a tree with deep roots, has grown by absorbing the nutrients of smaller companions, building its mass through countless mergers and accretions. And still, it grows slowly and quietly, a living structure shaped by the gravity of its surroundings. Beyond the local group lies a grander assembly, the Virgo supercluster, a vast region of space containing thousands of galaxies stretching more than 100 million light-years across. The Milky Way, Andromeda, and all their neighbors are mere branches on this enormous structure, bound together in a gravitational network so immense that its scale defies imagination. Yet even this is not the final level of cosmic order. Astronomers have discovered that the Virgo supercluster itself is part of an even larger formation, the Laniakea supercluster, a Hawaiian name meaning immense heaven. It encompasses 100,000 galaxies, all flowing gently along the contours of the universe's invisible scaffolding. Within this cosmic web, galaxies are not scattered randomly. They gather along filaments and nodes, forming patterns that resemble the neural networks of a living brain. Light travels through these filaments like electricity, and space between them is almost empty, dark, voids vast enough to swallow millions of galaxies. The Milky Way lies on one of these filaments, near a gravitational attractor known as the Great Attractor, a region so massive that it bends the motion of entire clusters of galaxies. We are being drawn toward it, slowly along, with everything else in our cosmic neighborhood. It is a reminder that even on the grandest scales, motion never ceases. The same gravity that pulls the moon around Earth and the Earth around the sun also guides galaxies through the fabric of the universe. The forces are the same, only the distances change. To contemplate this hierarchy from stars to galaxies, from clusters to superclusters, is to feel both humility and awe. The Milky Way, which once seemed endless, becomes just one swirl in a cosmic ocean. And yet, this realization does not diminish it. Every galaxy, no matter how small or vast, carries its own story of creation. Each one contains billions of suns, each sun with its planets, each planet with the potential for life, thought, and meaning. The universe is not a cold expanse of emptiness. It is a vast community of lights, all connected by the same laws of physics, all evolving within the same silent symphony of time. The images captured by telescopes like Hubble and Webb show this unity in breathtaking detail. Galaxies spiral, collide, and merge. Clusters curve like waves. Filaments weave a web of radiant threads through space. Each picture reveals not chaos, but an underlying order, a design without a designer, a pattern born from gravity and time. To the mind of the universe, we are but a flicker. But to the human heart, these images speak of belonging. To know that our galaxy is one among millions is not to feel small, but to feel connected, part of a grand and continuous creation that spans beyond any horizon. When you gaze at the night sky and see that faint glow of the Milky Way, you are looking into the body of one galaxy, while others shimmer far beyond. Some of those lights are entire galaxies themselves, their combined brilliance softened by distance. In a very real sense, every point of light you see is a reflection of another world, another history, another home. The universe is not empty between them. It hums with invisible energy, with the fabric of space itself expanding quietly as the galaxies drift apart. The light that connects them, the same light that reaches your eyes, has crossed unimaginable distances, yet it still carries meaning, still carries warmth. Someday, long after our civilization is gone, when the Milky Way and Andromeda have merged into one enormous galaxy, and the night sky is filled with thousands of new stars, someone or something may still look upward from a distant world and feel the same wonder we do now. The names will be forgotten, the language is erased, but the feeling, that mixture of awe, stillness, and gratitude, will remain. For that is the nature of awareness in a luminous universe, to look outward and find oneself reflected in the stars. The Milky Way among millions is not a lonely traveler. It is part of a chorus, a cosmic harmony of countless galaxies, drifting through an expanding universe, each glowing softly, each adding its voice to the eternal song of light. And through that song, we too are heard, for the photons that leave Earth today will travel outward for billions of years, joining the river of light that connects all things. There comes a moment, after all the facts and distances, when silence becomes the most honest language of the universe. The Milky Way, with all its brilliance and motion, exists within a fabric that stretches endlessly in every direction, a quiet, invisible sea called space-time. Beyond the galaxy's glowing arms lies the faint shimmer of its outer halo, where the last few stars orbit in slow solitude, their paths tracing the threshold between the known and the unknown. Beyond them lies nothing, or perhaps everything. The edge of our galaxy does not mark an end. It is merely the beginning of what we have yet to understand. If you could travel outward from the Milky Way, past its spiral arms, and past the faint glimmer of its farthest clusters, you would find yourself adrift in darkness. The light of the galaxy would fade behind you, shrinking into a soft golden disk, until even that vanished into a speck. Here the stars thin into silence. You would drift through a region where gravity still whispers but light grows faint. Beyond this threshold lies the intergalactic medium, a near-perfect vacuum colder than anything found within the galaxy, filled with only a trace of hydrogen and helium. Yet even here the universe is alive with motion. Invisible particles dance across billions of miles, and faint threads of dark matter continue to weave their unseen connections between galaxies. From this vantage, you would see the Milky Way as it truly is, a luminous whirlpool suspended in infinity, one among billions of others. Its arms would curl outward in slow motion, shimmering with starlight and dust its center, a golden blaze surrounding the dark heart of Sagittarius A, asterisk. The faint halo would glow with ancient stars, the last survivors of the galaxy's youth. And farther beyond, like a cosmic reflection, the Andromeda galaxy would appear faint but luminous, approaching silently through the void. The scale is beyond comprehension, yet the view is serene, the kind of peace that only eternity can sustain. The edge of the Milky Way is not fixed. It is a gradient, a fading of light into the infinite. Astronomers measure its limits by the density of hydrogen gas, defining an invisible boundary, roughly 200,000 light-years from the center. But in truth, the galaxy blends seamlessly into the surrounding universe. Its dark matter halo stretches much farther still, merging with those of neighboring galaxies, linking them in an unseen web. There are no walls here, no dividing lines, only continuity, a slow and endless transition from something into everything. And yet, even in this vast openness, our existence carries meaning. We are not outside this system, not observers standing apart. We are within it, made of it. The same atoms forged in the hearts of ancient stars now form the bones of our bodies and the air we breathe. The carbon that flows through our veins was born in explosions billions of years ago and will someday drift again into space to become part of another world. Every breath, every heartbeat, every thought is an echo of stellar creation. We are the galaxy, thinking about itself, the Milky Way, made conscious, reflecting on its own beauty. In this perspective, the edge of the Milky Way is not a boundary, but an invitation. Beyond it lies the intergalactic sea, where galaxies drift apart as the universe expands. The space between them grows larger, with every passing moment, stretched by dark energy, the mysterious force that accelerates the expansion of the cosmos. It is as if space itself is breathing outward, carrying galaxies with it, like leaves on an invisible tide. Someday, in the unimaginably distant future, the expansion will push other galaxies so far away that their light will never reach us again. The Milky Way and Andromeda, long since merged, will float alone in the dark, surrounded only by the faint afterglow of creation, the cosmic microwave background fading into silence. But that time is not yet. For now, the universe remains awake and vibrant, and we are part of its current moment, a fleeting instant between creation and eternity. To stand beneath the night sky and see the Milky Way's faint band of light is to witness the edge of forever, the boundary between the human and the infinite. Every star you see is a relic of ancient processes that continue quietly beyond your sight. Every photon that touches your eye has traveled for thousands, even millions of years, to reach you, carrying the memory of where it began. You are not merely looking into space, you are looking into time itself. The farther we look, the deeper the past becomes. Light from distant galaxies shows us the universe as it once was, long before our own galaxy even formed. The Milky Way, too, was once a collection of smaller protogalaxies, clouds of hydrogen drawn together by gravity, merging and collapsing into the spiral form we know today. Somewhere in that long unfolding, our sun was born. And eventually, so were we. The edge of the galaxy is, in a sense, the edge of our history, the outer rim of everything that has ever contributed to our existence. To reach the outermost stars, one would travel through regions where time itself seems to slow. The starlight becomes sparse, the distances immeasurable. The gravity of the galaxy weakens, and the pull of the universe grows stronger. Here, the sense of belonging shifts no longer to a star, a system, or even a spiral arm, but to the universe itself. It is in this transition that awe deepens into peace. You begin to understand that being small does not mean being insignificant. To exist at all, to be conscious in this vastness, is to participate in something eternal. In that silence, the Milky Way seems to hum, not in sound, but in essence. Its motion, its balance, its slow rotation are all part of a deeper rhythm that pulses through everything. The same physics that govern the stars govern your heartbeat. The same energy that spins the galaxy spins the molecules of life. The cosmos is not separate from you, it is within you. You are both the observer and the observed, the whisper and the echo. And so, when you think of the edge of forever, do not imagine a distant horizon beyond reach. Imagine it here within you, in every atom that remembers a star, in every breath that has passed through time. The universe has no true edge, only layers of meaning. And the Milky Way, our luminous home, is one of those layers of vast and glowing thought drifting through eternity. The light of our galaxy will continue long after we are gone. Stars will form and fade. The spiral arms will stretch and shift, and still, the Milky Way will turn slowly and patiently through the dark. Somewhere, new life will awaken under another sky, look upward, and see its own river of light. And perhaps in that gaze they too will feel what we feel. Now the calm, the wonder, the quiet understanding that everything everywhere is connected. And now as the stars return to their slow, silent orbit, the Milky Way breathes in peace once more. The spiral arms that cradle our sun continue to turn, carrying us softly through time. Every light you see tonight has traveled unimaginable distances to reach your eyes, yet somehow it feels close, like an old memory stirring in the dark. Remember that you are made of this same light, born from the same stars, part of the same eternal rhythm that shapes galaxies and dreams alike. Let that thought settle gently like dust in morning sunlight. The universe does not hurry, and neither should you. Rest in its quiet vastness, drift in its calm. And if you enjoy journeys like this, feel free to stay a while. There are always more silent wonders waiting among the stars.